Welcome back, everybody. It's time for another Dead or Alive League recap. That's right, after a multi year break, the Dead or Alive League is back in action. We have completed round 18. In league play, we're going to go over the league starting with the Premier Division. Round 18 began with a few shockers. Belgium 5, a few really good games, actually. Belgium 5-4 defeating Finland there in the European division. Solid win for the Belgians. In the hotly contested Pacific division, big win for South Korea over Japan. Another one that went all 9 fights there. Big win for the Koreans. Hong Kong ousting Singapore 5-4. Singapore, the slight advantage with getting to pick these stages, but or at least I should say Hong Kong the advantage of getting to pick the stages and using it to their advantage successfully with the win in 9 fights. Mexico over to the Atlantic Division. They beat the United Kingdom by 5 fights to 1. Really one-sided affair over between the Mexicans and the British. In the Atlantic Division, Ireland beating Canada in 8 fights. Big win for the Irish there. We move to the Mediterranean Division, where France beats Switzerland 5 fights to 1. France with a solid win there. Norway upsetting Denmark by a score of 5 fights to 3. In the European division, then we finished with a Mediterranean division matchup. Austria 5, Portugal 1 in that one. Your standings after those fights looks like the following. In the Pacific division, Singapore dropped to 3-11. They are on a minus 26 fight difference, having a real rough time of it over in the Pacific division. Meanwhile, Japan sitting at 7-7. That's only good enough. The 500 record only good enough for 4th place. Another 500 record team, but with 2 games in pocket over the rest of the division, is South Korea. They sit at 8-8 as well. Japan actually has the superior fight difference, but they are a half game back due to the extra win from South. Really, they're actually level, but still. Japan with a win can leapfrog South Korea easily. Then at 9-5, you've got 2 countries. Australia sitting in 2nd place, 9-5 for them, and Hong Kong leading the division at 9-5. So it's very, very close here in the Pacific division. Not a whole lot in it after 18 match weekends. Over to the Atlantic division, Mexico at the bottom, 4-10. They picked up a big win, but nonetheless, still bottom of the Atlantic division. The UK sits above them, but with 2 games in pocket at 4-10, minus 16 fight difference for the United Kingdom. Ireland at 6-8. They are in 3rd place. A sum 500 team, still good enough for 3rd place in this division. We'll talk about why in a moment. But they sit in 3rd place with just a minus 3 fight difference. Very much in the hunt. Remember, the top 4 from each division will make the postseason. So they're sitting comfortably right now in 3rd. Canada, the team in 2nd place at 8-6. They have a 500 plus 500 record at 8-6. And the United States, the last team in any of the 3 divisions that is undefeated, sitting at 14-0. Plus 33 fight difference for the United States as well. Very impressive for them. Really solid start to the season. We're almost at, I actually think we might be at the quarter-way mark already. And that was 17 match weeks. And the United States, I should say, it's really 17 matches. And the United States almost there and sitting at 14-0. In the European division, Finland are bottom, 4-10 as well. Minus 19 fight difference for them. They're having a rough time of it, currently sitting outside the playoffs by 2 whole games over the Netherlands. The Netherlands sitting at 6-8 with a +1 fight difference. So they've had a little bit rough in terms of the results. They usually win very emphatically, but lose very closely. Still very much in the hunt zone and in a playoff spot currently. Norway sit above them at 7-9. They are at a -2 fight difference for Norway. Denmark sitting at 7-7 above them with 2 games in hand. They have an even fight difference, and then it's Belgium at the top, 12-2, dominating this division right now. Are the Belgians? They are very, very good so far in this league. Mediterranean division is the last division here. France sitting at 4-10. They are at the bottom. Only a -9 fight difference. Is actually better than the team in the playoff spot, which is Spain, who are 5-9, -19 fight difference. Switzerland sitting third at 6-8 with a -9 fight difference. And then it's two really good teams. Austria at 9-5, +17 fight difference. They actually have lost the least amount of fights than anybody in this division, just 44 through 14 series. So that averages just north of 3 fights lost per series. But Portugal at 12-4 with a +20 fight difference leads the division. They are very much top of the pile here with a 12-6 or 12-4 record. Your upcoming matches in the league: Spain will take on France in match day 19. Switzerland will have Austria. The Netherlands will take on Finland. Belgium will have Denmark. The United States takes on Ireland. Canada's got Mexico. Australia's got Hong Kong. Singapore will face Japan. Over to the Premier League standings after day 18. Currently, the United States top 14-0. 2 games behind are Belgium at 12-2. Portugal sitting at 12-4. They are 3 games back. Austria's 4 games back at 9-5. They are the highest ranked non-division leader currently in a playoff spot. The lowest ranked division leader right now is Hong Kong at 9-5. They are 5 games back. That should also be this should also be -5 actually. So they are -5 back. Australia sitting at 9-5. They're also 5 games back. Canada at 8-6 are 6 games back. Japan at 7-7 are 7 games back. As are South Korea at 8-8. As are Denmark at 7-7. And the Netherlands 8 games back at 6-8. Norway's 8 games back at 7-9, and then Ireland at 6-8 and Switzerland at 6-8 are both on the 8 games back. Spain are 9 games back currently at 5-9, and then France are the highest ranked team not in a playoff spot currently at 10 games back. They are -9 fight difference. Finland at 4-10, also 10 games back, -19 fight difference. Mexico sitting at 4-10 are the lowest ranked playoff team currently, -21 fight difference. And that's only because the United Kingdom sit at 4-12, 11 games back. They are just ahead of Singapore, who are 3-11, and only ahead of them by 10 fight difference. Singapore, currently the team in the relegation spot after day 18 of the Dead or Alive Premier League. Remember, the bottom team will go down to Division 2. Speaking of Division 2, let's get into Division 2. 2 fights here on match day 18. Match day 9 for Division 2. New Zealand beating Argentina by a score of 5-2. Germany defeats Brazil by a score of 5-1 there. So those were your 2 matchups in Division 2. This is what the standings look like. Central Division, Brazil sitting at 2-4. Germany, no, that's a -8 fight difference for Brazil, by the way. Germany at 3-3 with a +1 fight difference sits second. Italy at 4-2 will sit top of the Central Division. In the Global Division, China at 2-4 with a -3 fight difference sit bottom. Argentina at 3-3, also a -3 fight difference. They've actually won the least amount in their matches. They're only averaging 3 fights won per match, but they do have 3 wins under their belt as opposed to China's 2. They sit second. New Zealand sit at the top at 4-2. Upcoming matches, not in day 19. It will be day 20. It'll be China versus New Zealand, Italy versus Germany in that one. We take a look at the standings here for Division 2 after day 9. There, Brazil is in the relegation spot, -8 fight difference, 2-4. They sit, and then Argentina at 3-3 with a -3 fight difference. They are in 5th place, currently not a playoff team. China at 2-4 are with a -3 fight difference, literally ahead of Argentina just by 2 fights won. Germany sitting 3rd at 3-3. They are at least a game ahead of China and level with Argentina. Actually, to be fair, it should be China sitting in 5th. I'll correct that after this. But China should be 5th because they are 2-4 as well. But they still would be a playoff team. And then Germany sitting 3-3. New Zealand sitting 4-2, and Italy sitting 4-2. They are the league leaders. Over to Brazil in the relegation spot. Over to Division 3. Day 18 saw Israel beat Sweden by a score of 5-2. Vietnam beating Peru in the Eastern Division by 5-1. The other Eastern Division matchup, Philippines ousting Chile 5-3. Good matchup there. And in the Western Division, South Africa defeats Egypt by a score of 5-2. In the standings, we move to the Western Division first. Poland sitting bottom, 5-9, minus 13 fight difference. They are currently not in a playoff spot. Sweden at 6-8 are they are a point ahead of the Poles, minus 6 fight difference for them. Then it's South Africa at 8-6, plus 6 fight difference. They're sitting third. Israel 8-6 with a plus 12 fight difference are sitting in second. They have the best fight difference in the league. Egypt just a plus 1 fight difference, but they have 9 wins. They do have 2 games in pocket, but they are right now the division leaders here at 9-7. Eastern Division we go. Malaysia sitting at 4-10. They are bottom in the Eastern Division. Chile at 5-9 with a minus 11 fight difference are sitting in 4th. Vietnam at 6-9 will sit in 3rd. Currently Peru, and then Peru 7-7 sit in 2nd place, and then the Philippines just dominating the division. The only team with a positive fight difference in this division, and the only team above 500 in this division. Philippines at 14-1. Best team in all of Division 3. The matchups for Day 19 in Division 3, Chile will take on Vietnam. Peru will have Malaysia. Sweden will take on South Africa. Israel is going to take on Poland. And then your Division 3 matchups currently, or your league table, Malaysia sitting at the bottom, 4-10. They are 9 fights back currently. Minus 4 fight difference, only a minus 4 fight difference. Actually pretty good considering their record, but it just haven't been able to put it all together. Poland sitting at 5-9 are currently on the outside of the playoffs, looking in by 2 fights in the fight difference. Behind, and then in 8th place is Vietnam. They're sitting 5-9 as well. Minus 11 fight difference for them. Chile at 5-8 are a half game behind the Philippines, or a half game ahead of Vietnam and Poland right now. They are at minus 9 fight difference. Sweden at 6-7. They are 6.5 back with a minus 3 fight difference. Peru at 7-6 are currently sitting at 5.5 games back, and then it is this is actually day 17. I beg your pardon. I have to do day 18 still. No, I forgot to do something, but we'll do day 17 for you. We'll update you at the end of match day 19 with the proper standings. But South Africa, we're 7-6, 5.5 back. Israel 7-6, 5.5 back as well. Egypt 9-6, we're 4.5 back, and then the Philippines at 13-1 lead the entire division by 4.5 games. That is your update. Not the cleanest I've ever done, but you'll have to bear with it. That's your Division 3, your Division 2, your Division 1 updates for the Dead or Alive League. We will come back to it. Starting with day 19 in the Premier League, no Division 2 play. They will be sitting out. They do not play until match day 20. They play every other day. So it'll be just the Premier League and Division 3 in this next 19th match day. But that's coming up next. We hope to see you for the next update. Until then, thank you for watching. Take care.